how you get the name Auntie.
Yeah, that's how you got the name.
That's true.
When they proposed the name Ritch Auntie, I'm going to tell you, I was like, I ain't nobody fucking auntie. I got my nieces and nephews, but I don't want to be nobody auntie. But at the end of the day, if you think about the younger women that surround you, that you've mentored.
I believe that. Through God, I really believe that.
We good to go. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Ritch Auntie Podcast. First, let me start by saying that we did get some feedback on names.
Really?
Did I tell you that?
What'd they come up with?
So you guys, Trina's not here today. She lost her voice, so I am recording by myself today. But you'll see me by myself sometimes anyway, because Trina needs to have some days off, y'all. And there's no rest here, so we just gonna continue to fly this plane as we build it. What was I saying, Kason?
The name changes.
Oh, yeah. Let me bring them up because we did get some. One was TT Talks.
TT Talks.
Yeah, that was one. Queen's, the Queen's Tea.
The Queen's Tea. That's all right. I kind of like that
one. The Queen's Tea, yeah. The
I kind of
Queen's
like
Tea.
that one.
I like that one too. And there was somebody else gave us. Let me look on my Facebook real quick, y'all. We got some pretty good little names. Some people told us to keep our names the same.
Oh, really? Was it more people that told y'all to keep your name the same, or more people suggesting?
It was more people suggesting that we change it, but
let's tell our followers what we're thinking.
Queen's Thoughts or Queen's Conversations. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Garland, because Garland suggested those. So that was like 4 or 5 different names.
Okay, I like the Queen's Tea one.
The Queens with Tea?
The Queens with Tea? Or,
yeah. Is that too long, though, in the name?
Queens
it just seemed like...
I thought you said the Queen's Tea.
The Queen's Tea, that's it.
Yeah, I like that. The Queen's Tea.
The
I also
Queen's
like
Tea.
some of the other ones that y'all had suggested, too. That y'all...
yeah, I think it was Queen's
Tea and
with
Sugar.
Tea.
Tea and Sugar.
Tea and Sugar.
I like that one a lot.
That one's cute, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to write them. We're going to write them all down and figure out.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a poll.
Yeah, you could do a poll on IG. It'll let people pick which one they want to, and you'll see the exact percentage.
Oh,
we can do it today
awesome.
before we leave.
Okay, we'll definitely do that then. So we definitely want to do that. So yeah, we got a lot of good feedback with that. Yeah, good feedback with that. So we have to figure out if we're going to change it or not. Because some people are saying leave it as the Ritch Aunties. And then some people said take out the T. And I was like, somebody's already using Ritch Auntie. So we don't want to duplicate that.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to be looking at some options. Okay, so we're going to
it's a
keep y'all
serious
posted. We're
decision.
going to keep y'all decisions. We're going to keep y'all posted. So, all right. So we're going to start off at Auntie's house. And at Auntie's house, I want to talk about this because I seen this on Instagram, and Gabrielle Union was having an interview. And she was talking about how she splits her bills 50-50 with Dwayne Wade.
That's fire to me.
Really? Oh, no.
No, that's going to make a lot of other women that feel like they don't have to work. It's going to show them that even somebody of that stature is still putting money towards
But
what's
you know
going
what
on.
really was surprisingly shocking to me was a lot of men saying like, what? A lot of men were saying,
really?
because there's a lot of macho men out here. And I'll say macho men. There's a lot of providing men out here that say, why is she playing 50-50 in their bills? Like, why? I mean, I guess if you're a millionaire, does it matter?
I don't
Is
know.
all your millions going in one bank account and one person is paying the bills? I'm sure they have somebody that goes in there and not writes the checks, but pays the bills,
exactly.
an accountant or something.
For sure.
So I'm sure maybe she's saying they split 50-50 because all their money is going into the same account, or maybe you're putting some money in one account and some other in another account. I don't know. I don't think I agree with that. Just from a old school perspective, like
it's a new world though.
I know it is a new world. Times have changed, and now it does really. I was fortunate enough to be able to stay home until you was like 13, and it was the cost of living was a little bit cheaper. You learned how to. I ain't gonna say the cost of living was cheaper. We just learned how to manage our money. We didn't have a lot of debt and all that kind of stuff. Where now the economy is so different.
Exactly.
There's a lot of debt out here.
There's so many things that can get you pulled into debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pay and increment things. All them systems online.
Y'all stay away from that. Affirm and Klarna and all
all
those
that
things
stuff.
where you could pay half here and then pay half. I'm gonna tell you, I'd rather pay up front and just not
Exactly.
have no money. I'd rather pay my bills up front and just be
Always.
like, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing until next month. I don't
Yep.
know. I've never had to do that, guys, but because I like to live my life
For sure.
as though today is my last day. So I'm going to go out and do what the hell I want to do. But yeah, splitting money 50-50. I don't know. I come from a family of men that have taken care of their spouses where my dad was a provider.
Yeah.
You know, mom just paid, and mom had her own, you know, had her own stuff. And he still didn't allow her to pay the mortgage or, you know, that kind of stuff. She paid for her car, her car insurance, and utilities.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it's still that's still paying something though. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I mean?
think it's still, you know, a woman is a man's helpmate. So let me help
Exactly.
you. But you know, when I think about what I'm looking for in a man, I do want old traditional values like a provider, a protector, somebody that can help me probably manage money better, because I don't think I'm good with managing money. I don't think I am. I mean, I do save when I need to, but you know, I just like to spend a lot. But I don't know. I'm looking for a traditional man, but I want somebody I can build with. Like, it's never too late to build. Like, at the end of the day, I want somebody that can say, I got this mortgage over here, and all you gonna do is put all your money in a bank account, and we're gonna stack that, and we're gonna use that to you know, create more income.
Yeah, invest.
And invest in stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that we can both retire and live in Panama on the beach. Like, that's my goal. I need that kind of man. I need that type of man that can do that.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of men ain't willing to say, okay, I'm going to cover all the bills, and you just I'm not saying I'm going to put my money aside and I'm going to spend it. I'm saying I'm going to put my money aside and we're going to use my money to build more wealth, create more wealth, generational wealth. I want to own an apartment building. Forget these little Airbnb stuff. I want to own at least an apartment building with like 50 apartments to start off with. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of wealth I want to create.
So if he's using his money to pay the bills and stuff, is he allowed to use your money too? When he wants without asking?
I mean, yeah, if he's covering the bills, as long as I think that we should be able to put at least a certain amount away every month, right? I don't mind paying for my car and my car insurance, because I know it's a little expensive, so I don't mind paying those things. But I mean, I just want somebody who can say, damn, all right, we're going to create wealth. You know what I'm saying? Let's create this wealth. Let's put this money away. And in a year, we can have over, you know, $200,000, $300,000 just by saving.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to find that right person. It's hard to find somebody that's willing to do something like that.
Yeah.
Or even live minimally. I don't
for
mind
sure.
living minimally to save the money. You know what I'm saying? Invest the money, put the money away, and you just living below your means.
Yeah.
It's okay to do that.
For sure. It's probably the best and makes the most sense for the long-term goals. You know, for sure.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think in this day and age, as far as with like women paying more than they were back in the day, it's the job force is way different. Women are getting paid way different than they were back then. A lot of them weren't working back in the day, so that's why it's way different than it was
and it
back
was
in
like
your time.
back then, you know, women didn't work male jobs. You know what I'm saying? Women weren't executives. Women weren't in those high profile job titles. You know, they weren't CEOs and CFOs and CIOs and CHROs. And now you have women out here getting degrees, degreed up, masters, PhDs, doctors, lawyers. Like, women have, it has changed the way that, you know, from the 70s, even from the 70s, it has changed a lot. And, you know, back then you had dual parent households where you don't see that a lot now.
No, it's very rare.
It's very rare to see, you know, people still together. You know, one thing I love, and you know, I love Chanel's parents, because they've been together for
a long time,
forever. And every time, you know, I see them and they post something about their grandkids, just to have that, it's so beautiful to see two people that have been together for so long and they still love each other. And I'm sure they've been through their struggles because everybody has their own struggles, whatever they may be. But just to see them still together after all these years, I'm sure they've been together over 30 years.
Yeah, no, they always were really cool too. I always enjoyed going over there.
Yeah, I love her parents. I love watching them on Facebook because I follow them on Facebook. I just love, because, you know, her brother had a baby.
Yeah, Troy.
Which Troy just had a baby. And the baby looked just like Chanel and them. Like, you know, they all look alike. So I thought it was so cute. And just to see her parents be able to experience, it's such a beautiful thing to have, to be a couple and to experience your grandkids together with the person that you've raised your kids with.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's very rare now. You don't see that as often as you would want to, especially not in the Black and brown communities. You don't see it as often, you know. I don't know. I've seen it. You know, it's so funny because I do see a lot of Latinos. They stay together too. They
do.
They work through the struggle though.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I mean, in some cases, some things are workable. What do you think is not workable? What do you think for you would be like? Nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I can't stay.
If you really love the person, I think everything's workable.
You do?
Yeah, even if it's like, say, the infidelity thing or something like that. All right, make it an open relationship. There's ways to make it work so that it makes sense for both parties.
An open relationship? I don't know about
she
that.
Said an open relationship.
I thought you were going to say go to counseling and maybe you can work through the counseling.
I mean, communication is the best. If it's somebody saying, I love you, but I just can't stop
doing this.
I love other
think
women
it depends.
too.
It does. It depends on the
Like,
person and what you're willing to accept. I think anything is, I mean, not anything is acceptable, but if you're willing to understand and accept, because there's people out here that are swingers and live that type of lifestyle, and it's successful. And there's some I ain't gonna say, but I know some people that, you know, that's the way they live their life, and they're happy and content. And then I know somebody that, you know, it didn't work out for them because you bring an additional person to the bedroom, they might boot you out. I don't know. I'm just saying, but I don't know. I think for me, really, the infidelity for me is like the unforgivable moment. The unworkable moment, right? But I do think that you can, if you go to counseling, maybe you can work it through. I think one time is tolerable. Okay, let's just change it. One time may be tolerable if you cheat once. But if you're a repetitive cheater, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. What do you think? I think repetitive cheating is because it's something within you. You just can't be faithful.
That's what I'm saying. But what if they let you know that, like, hey, I really love you. I want to be with you, but I cannot control myself. But you can't really love somebody. Why not?
Because you should be able to control your urges.
It's fun. It's for fun.
I don't know, son. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to say I don't agree with him, y'all. I don't agree with the producer. I don't think that I don't know. I guess if you could talk, because there's women that do stay, and back in the day, women stayed.
Exactly.
Men cheated and women stayed.
And it was more acceptable back then, I think. You know, but also the circumstances were different. The woman know that she didn't have a job. It was going to create difficulties in her life, so they stayed for that reason.
Yeah, they stayed. I think so too, because they didn't work. They were raising kids.
Yeah, they're like, man, I'm in a terrible.
That's true. I didn't think about that, but that is so true. If you don't have a means out, a way out of that situation, you will stay in that situation. Yeah. It's sad though, because a man will not be as accepting a woman cheating. Yeah. Like, men will not forgive you. I mean, if you cheat on your man, ladies, 9 times out of 10, he is not going to forgive you. And he'll never let it go.
Nah, I'm going to just go on a super cheating spree.
After that,
like,
you're going to be a hoe.
Yeah.
Just going to be a hoe for a little while. Well, we all been through that too. But it's like you go through a whole phase after somebody's cheated on you. You go through, it's like a period that you go through stuff. Like it's, you got to accept the cheating. You might want to work through it. You may not. And then you might get out here and just start dating a whole bunch of people and then calm down. Right? I don't know. But I mean, that cheating is something that, it's a deal breaker for me. Because I feel like I'm loyal. Yeah. Like when I'm with somebody, I'm with you. And if you out here messing around and I'm thinking that you're a loyal person and you're really not, that's not fair to me. I feel like, oh, well, if you could do it, I could do it too. Kind of like tit for tat. And that's not a good way to live your life either. It's kind of toxic. It is. But you shouldn't, if I'm loyal to you, because I feel like I'm loyal. Like if I love you, I love you. If I'm down with you, I'm down with you. Whatever happens, we'll work it out. Communication is key. And understanding is like, if you can understand people and what they need, I think that as a couple, you have to be able to ask your mate, like, what do you need from me?
Yeah.
What do you need from me? I think that's important. If you can't ask your mate what they need, because a lot of people don't know how to put into words what they need.
Exactly.
So you have to ask.
Or how they feel.
Important. Or how they feel because some people are very not emotional people.
Yeah.
And I think your sign has a lot to do. Do you believe in horoscopes?
I believe I believe in it somewhat. Like some of it
like
makes
the
sense.
Astrology of all of that.
Yeah.
I do. I believe like in the earth signs, the fire signs, the water signs. Like I believe when I meet somebody, if I've never dated that sign before, I will read through and be like, I want to see how they are in a relationship, how they handle, and I'm going to pay attention. Like, how do you handle anxiety? How do you handle stress? How do you handle certain situations? Does it make you mad? You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Because it's like, I feel like it really, the astrology part of it really puts together like that person's character for you.
Yeah, it makes sense though. Like the stars being aligned, what's going on with the world.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If you read my horoscope, it's to a T.
Yeah.
Like I'm a Virgo to a T. Like there's a difference between September Virgos. I think a little bit of a difference. Trina's a September Virgo and I'm a August Virgo, and I can see some differences within us. And like I said, when I meet a guy, I'm reading about your horoscope because I want to know how you are in a relationship. I want to know what your character traits are. Like, what do I need to be looking out for as I'm dating you and getting to know you? I think that's like important. A lot of people don't believe in astrology, but I do.
Yeah, I know they also say like the big three, the rising sun, and then because it's like three main ones that makes it even more personal to you if you like dive deep into it. You remember I hit you that one day and was like, what time was I born?
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You got to know. See, I don't know all of that, but I do read. Yeah, but I do read. I remember when I was growing up, my mom used to get the newspaper and they had the astrology in there and she would read it. Yeah, she would be in there reading it. She would be like, what do you think about that? So I think that's what really got me interested in it, because I was like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like you can really learn a lot from a person based on their sign.
No, for sure.
And paying attention to what month they were born. Like you said, what time of day they were born.
Yeah, where they were born.
All that stuff matters.
Yeah.
You got to get to know the people you out here dating, because you could be bamboozled for real. So anyway, at Auntie's house, what about this I seen on TikTok, fast food, and how the fast food have chemicals in it that is used for making vinyl. It's called phthalates. Am I saying that? Am I pronouncing that right?
Oh no, I know they shouldn't be putting that in no food though.
Phthalates.
They said they put it in toys too, right? Or it's banned from toys.
It's banned for toys, but it's not banned from food.
That's crazy.
Y'all, that hamburger you eating from McDonald's, and I ain't gonna lie, I love me a daggone fish fillet sandwich. I was just saying that. I was like, oh my God, I love me a fish fillet sandwich. And I love their French fries.
Yeah.
Does everybody love McDonald's French fries?
They got one of the best fries.
I think so too. Do you know I will go to Wendy's and get me a cheeseburger and go to McDonald's and get the fries?
That's funny as I don't know what.
Because I'm like, Wendy's, y'all fries ain't good. Wendy's,
and they changed them up during COVID too.
They did again?
Yeah, during COVID they did. So ever since then they ain't been the same to me.
Oh wow, because they used to be like half of the potato on them, right?
Yeah, they seem more real.
Oh, they're not like that anymore.
They must be putting that. What did you say?
The vinyl. Phthalates.
Yeah, they putting that in their fries now too.
Don't quote me on that. But it's nothing but vinyl and plastic and food.
Crazy.
That's crazy. And we're eating. You have to think about how fast paced our life is right now. If you're working, you're going to Burger King and you're grabbing a sandwich. You're going and grabbing some French fries. You're drinking a soda. All that stuff. It's like, it's so crazy how things are and how things, as far as like the fast food, like it's crazy. That's why a lot of Americans are fat compared to other countries.
Exactly. Because I know in Europe, all that stuff is illegal. They don't put none of that.
Yeah, it's
in
funny
their
because
food.
remember when Trina came back from Italy, she was saying that certain things they wouldn't even serve over there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And everything is fresh, like Mediterranean type food. Like everything is freshly made. Pasta, freshly made.
Yeah.
Salads, freshly made. Everything. Just, it's crazy how we can just put certain things in our bodies here and it's okay, but it's illegal in other countries.
It's about that dollar.
Banned in other countries.
Yeah. They trying to get that money.
How are they not banning these plastics in our food?
And you know what's crazy? We'll have the same fast food restaurants there, and they're making it without the stuff that they're putting it in here.
Oh, I know.
You think about that?
Yeah.
So they don't
and
have to
certain
do
things
it.
they don't even serve over there.
So they don't have to do it, but they're choosing to do it.
Yeah. I wonder what I was watching, and the guy I think he might have been in Korea. And they were serving like noodles in McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like the menus are like totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to me. So you're not even serving what you serving Americans.
Yep. Grimy.
I'm telling eating healthy is there's a guy on Instagram. I just started following him and he's a juicer.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about I was like, I don't have a juicer. Do you have a juicer?
I had
You
one.
had
I
one,
used to,
didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juicing I like it. It takes a lot of
It's a lot of time in
It's
there because
timing, but
you
it's
and
good.
Ayana used to juice all the time. I remember.
Yeah. It was great though. I love it. It definitely give you energy in the morning.
Yeah, so juicing. So this guy, I just started following him on Instagram, which I love him by the way, because he talks about like so that people were juicing to have chlorophyll in their bodies. And he was saying like what plants you can use and how to juice and what to add in there. Like he's giving you like the recipes for juicing and what cleans your colon. Some things clean your liver, your kidneys. Like this is great stuff that we don't even think about.
Because they don't teach us this. This stuff we should be being taught.
That's true. They don't teach you that you should be cleaning your body out, your colon, everything at least once a month.
No, they want you to come to the doctor so you can pay for this medicine.
And this is great because guys, really this is preventive.
Yeah.
This is preventive stuff. I'm trying to find his name. I'm gonna put it at the end of the podcast, but like just listening to him about everything, like what women should be doing, what men should be doing, how to clean your colon, how to clean your liver, how to clean your kidneys, what fruits and vegetables to use to cleanse, like all of that stuff. And he talked about how shit stinks. Like I was like cracking up because he is so right. I'm going to tell you, and this is probably TMI, but when you stop eating meat, the way your body digests the food is totally different. Even you don't even crap as much when you stop eating meat. Do you notice that? Because you don't eat meat.
Yeah, it's been so long.
It's been so long you don't even tell.
Difference.
But it's just like your body is just like, it doesn't take so long for the food to digest.
Yeah, it goes right through.
Goes
you, though,
right
for
through
sure.
your system when you're eating like high vegetable, high bean. Because you eat a lot of beans when you're not eating protein like that.
Potatoes.
But I did it too. I noticed like you go to the bathroom and you feel lighter.
Yeah, for sure. And you're not tired.
And you're not tired.
Yeah.
Because if you think about how long it takes your body to digest something, you're fatigued. Your stomach is working the whole time trying to digest the food, like at the end of the day. But it's just crazy how, this guy, I like him. I was just like, wow, because I'm going to buy me a juicer and start juicing.
You should. You're going to like it.
I'm going to try juicing. I want to do the cleanse that he's talking about. I think I sent it to somebody. I want to do the cleanse that he's talking about. I might have sent it to Trina.
He said his name was like Alkaline something, right?
Alkaline something, y'all. Let me see if I sent it because I'm always sharing stuff with Trina, y'all. Yup, this is him right here. Alkaline Jungle. Alkaline_jungle.
Okay.
But this is him. He's awesome.
Yeah, y'all go check him out.
How to reduce belly fat. Ladies, we always have a problem with our tummies and belly fat. Like he tells you what to juice to actually reduce your belly fat.
To get that summer body right.
Get that summer body, ladies. Watermelon, like all he said go on a fruit. One thing that I liked about him, he said go on a fruit diet for like 7 days. I think it was 7. Maybe he said 30 days. Don't quote me on that, y'all. Go out there and follow him, though. Alkaline Jungle. I like him. I just started following him because I want to start juicing. And like I said, he puts a lot of good recipes out there for people to follow. Depending on what you want to do. Belly fat, you might want to lose a few pounds. You might want to just clean out your kidneys. Follow him. He is awesome. He's amazing. I like him. Tina Turner died today.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace,
Rest
Tina Turner.
in peace. Yes. Oh, my goodness. 83,
Queen of rock and roll.
83 years old?
Yeah, 83.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe it.
Yeah, they said she was sick, battling illness for some time.
Oh, wow. Dang. Because she was in great shape.
Yeah.
Great shape.
Voice still sounding good. all
Yeah,
that.
everything. Wow. She was in great shape. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. I can't believe she's gone.
But 83 years is a long life, though. You know, you can't. That's a good life, you know?
It is. It is a good life, K-Son. You're right. And she was still moving around by herself. And if you can walk around by yourself, still wipe your own bottom, like at the end of the day, that's pretty good.
Yep, still
That's
a
pretty
good
good.
life.
I'm following this guy on Instagram too. I started following him on his TikTok, I think. But he takes care of his dad. His dad is 91 years old,
Yep.
and he has dementia. And it's, people, how I found him was that he had posted something. And people were like, how is he talking to his dad like that? Because he's so direct and so forceful. But people don't understand when people have dementia, there's a certain way you have to kind of, it's called redirecting them, to kind of because they get stagnated on stuff.
Yeah.
So he just uses that firm tone to kind of redirect them. They were like, oh, he's being so mean to his dad. And I was like, if you ain't never dealt with somebody with dementia, trust and believe.
Yeah.
He's talking to him, and you could tell he loves his dad, that the kids love their father.
Yeah.
Because one brother takes care of the dad certain days of the week, and then they split them. So I was like, I hope my kids do that. Just take me to Kason house 3 days, and then to Sean house 3 days, and give me to Zaul one day, because I probably wouldn't be able to tolerate Zaul more than one day.
That's funny.
But,
no, we got you.
Yeah, because I'm like, dang, that's cool. Like, they separate taking care of the parents.
Yeah.
91 years old. That's how it should be.
Exactly.
We should be taking care of our parents.
Yeah, I mean, you think the people in the retirement home probably even more mean. We're just not seeing it on camera.
Yeah.
Or, they're probably even more direct or aggressive.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. You're not going to get the same love and affection. You can see he takes his dad to lunch, like all his appointments, they're taping it. It's just a beautiful, interaction, a son with his father. And you don't really see that a lot. You see like the daughters with their father, the daughters taking care of their mothers, but these sons are in here, they stepping in and helping take care of their parents, which is amazing to me. But just to see him, and his wife is like he's doing everything. And I don't know if it's the wife works during the day. I don't know their situation because I just started following him. But what I do see is somebody that's really active with his father and really loves his dad, and is taking care of him and taking the time to take care of him.
Exactly.
And, it's cool to see that. Even my friend George, I love George to death. George takes care of his dad. And George is a clown by nature anyway, but he was telling me some stories about his dad. Like, he was like, this joker, and the way they talk to each other the same way, just to see him step in where, he has other siblings, but they couldn't do it. So he was just like, all right, I just step in and do it. And he said, it's a lot of work taking care of your parent.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know what? Enjoy the time you have with them, because nothing is promised. At the end of the day, you don't know. Something could happen where he's no longer conscious and no longer aware of his surroundings and what's going on. But at least the last thing that he does know is that you were there to take care of him and provide for him. So I love that. But yeah, he had me dying on the phone. I was like, boy, you are crazy.
It's probably just as much work to take care of a parent as it is to take care of a child. You know what I mean?
And your parents took care of y'all. Like, wiped your butt, changed your diapers. Now it's time to... I always say, put yourself in a situation, like if my mom was still here and I'm in a situation where I can take care of her, I would definitely have did it.
For sure.
Definitely brought her here to come live with me and put in my day's work and taking care of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you only have one parent, a set of parents, and it's crazy. It's a lot of work. And I see guys are stepping up to the plate to do it. I always say, oh my God, I ain't even have a daughter. Like, who's going to take care of me? So I'm just hoping my sons will take care of me too. Cause man, it's hard out here. George was like, do you know what it costs to put my dad in a nursing home or an assisted living? He was like $4,000 a month.
That's crazy.
I was like, wow, I didn't even know it was that expensive. When you could just take care of them at home and pay somebody to come in while you're not there. I think he has a nurse that comes in and takes care of him and his dad's pretty active. He can still get up and stuff like that. He needs help with like certain things. So he's lucky. He's not bedridden or anything like that. But people, I mean, that's a lot of money. You're spending a lot of money.
And wouldn't Social Security checks help pay for the nurse that's coming in?
Yeah, you better hope you had a great job.
Oh, okay.
And was making very good money. Yeah, and that your parents, had a house. You could sell the house and use that money to help care for them for the next couple of years. I couldn't put my parents in an assisted living or a nursing home. I just bring them home.
Nah, Zal gonna have to take care of me and Sean. I'm just thinking about it.
Right,
now.
I know, because he's 10 years younger and 13 years
to...
younger than y'all. That's true. I didn't think about that. I don't even think he's thought about that.
Yeah, Zal gonna have to take
what?
care of me.
I don't even want to take care of these jokers. I know, that's a lot of responsibility. Hopefully, praying to God, let me knock on some wood, y'all, that everything is good and you ain't got to worry about that. My grandmother's 97.
Still kicking, doing everything by herself.
Doing everything by herself. She walk a little slow, but you won't put her in no wheelchair.
Exactly.
Because she'll be like, no, I don't want to go in the wheelchair. I don't need no wheelchair. And she'll walk around. So really, as long as you're sound mind, body is still physically active, get out and walk. Make sure that you're doing stuff to prevent, any illness or... Some things are not preventable, but diet is very important. Taking care of yourself, exercise. Diet is like the most important, K-Son. You ain't lying. Even for me, that I've changed my diet just because I work out and just changing my diet because, as you get older, your muscle mass, you lose muscle mass. And for me, I was a runner. I just like to run and I never really lifted weights or anything like that. So now that I am and have incorporated a different type of lifestyle in the way that you eat, diet has a lot to do with with your stomach. If you have stomach problems, if you know what I'm saying, it's just so much. Diet is so important. Y'all skip McDonald's and Burger King, especially with these plastics in there. You don't want to be eating that stuff. That stuff is not good. That's why there's so much cancer here.
Exactly.
So much stuff going on. Oh,
it's so rare for me.
Even for these children that are born with cancer, like they ain't even been in this world long enough.
Yeah, it could have been from the fries their parents were eating while they were pregnant.
Oh man,
with them.
I never thought about that. You never know. Yeah. Crazy. All right, so let's talk girl talk. So we moving from Auntie's house to girls talk, and I wanted to talk about. I don't know if do you know who Derrick Jackson is?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay, so he was a relationship coach, and he was on Instagram posting all this stuff about relationships and ladies, this is what you need to do, and gentlemen, and this and that. Well, come to find out, a big scandal happened, and I think this was like over the pandemic, maybe like last year sometime, or maybe a little bit longer. No, maybe like 2 years ago during the pandemic, a little bit after the pandemic, because we're in 2023, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe in 2021, he was... a scandal broke out where he was cheating on his wife.
The relationship coach. How
you gonna give people advice, Derrick, and knowing that you out here having extramarital affairs with people?
You can't trust these YouTubers and Instagrammers.
So that was like a big scandal, but the wife never really spoke about, what she went through as far as him cheating. And when the scandal broke out, she was right next to him, holding his hand, like, being a supportive wife.
Yeah, because was he denying it?
I don't think he denied it. No, I don't think he did. I think he admitted to it, and saying something was wrong with him. But then you're back. The sad thing, this is what makes me mad, though, that you're able to cheat and come back to what you were doing prior. So you're back out here. I don't know who the fuck is listening to him. Excuse my language, y'all. I don't know who's listening to him, but you're back out here giving relationship advice. But you were cheating. Is that a bad thing?
Maybe he's trying to show his followers how to properly handle a cheating scenario.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But do we ever think about, this scandal and how the woman feels after this is like all over? She wasn't talking to anybody about it. She stood by him. I think she commented a few times, but nothing like really major. She was just, I stick by my husband, that kind of thing, what women naturally do. And she knew because she said that she knew. The thing that hurt me the most is listening to her talk about him cheating is that she said that she knew the women's bodies better than her own body. And she was saying that she was watching these women, like going to their pages and looking at how they wear their hair, what kind of clothes they wear, and she was trying to mimic that.
Really?
Trying to make this man happy, not knowing that you have to make yourself happy. You can't make somebody else happy.
Trying to be what
if he's a cheater, he's a cheater, sis. That ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's not gonna change, because some people can change their ways after you've been exposed to cheating. But now he's single and she's single, and she's talking about, how these women, how she was trying to be these women to him. Yeah. Which to me is very sad, because you have basically thought that you're not good enough. So anybody ever consider how she feels, now that she's coming out 2 years later and talking about what she felt? And even she cried in the interview. I thought it was like crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it makes you feel like you're not worthy.
Yeah.
Cheating really breaks people down. It can break down a man. I think for a man, it makes him insecure. Can make a woman insecure. A man that's been cheated on, I think they're not trusting. They don't know how. I don't think a man can forgive a woman for cheating. No. I always say, when I'm with somebody, if I'm with you and I don't want to lose you, I'm definitely not going to cheat. Because men are not forgiving, ladies. They can do it 1,000,000 times, but let you do it one time, you're a total F up and you can't be trusted, right?
I mean, I've never, if somebody cheated on me, I didn't know.
Really, you never knew? Yeah, so you don't know what that feels like.
You always say women are better at cheating, so.
Oh, that's definitely true. Women are better cheaters.
So I didn't know if somebody ever cheated on me, so I don't know how I would be in that situation, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think it's sad, like just listening to her, because we never, as women, our first instinct is to support your man. Yeah. And that's basically supporting him is really masking your feelings to how you really feel and how the cheating has really hurt you. This was publicized. This was out all over the internet, all over, social media, and you're still trying to accommodate him, and masking your feelings on how you really felt.
Yeah, that's tragic.
I think that just, it speaks volumes of her and how good of a woman you were to him. At the end of the day, you supported him. You held his hand when people were bashing him as the relationship coach out here cheating. She stood by him.
I know he's feeling that pain right now.
I'm sure, because women like that, you can't find it. I mean, women, it's hard to find a good mate. I'm not gonna just say women, because I'm a woman, so I'm partial, to that. But at the end of the day, it's hard to find a good mate, a good relationship, a good person, a good person. So you have to really, if you get someone good, you want to really hold on to that person. I say that all the time, because being out here after 40, trying to date, it's really hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard as hell. It's a lot of people still doing things that they were doing in their 20s and 30s. Like, come on, who's still doing that?
That's funny. I mean,
crazy, right?
I'll be 40 soon, so I'll have an update on that.
You ain't gonna be 40 soon. You still got quite a ways to go before you hit 40. Okay, so on Girls Talk, you know what? I wanted to talk about some stuff that's happening, because people are always looking for things to do. It's starting to get hot outside, y'all. It's starting to get nice outside. People are trying to find things to do in the city. So I just wanted to go over some things that are coming that you might be potentially interested in going and doing. So on May 28th, which is this weekend, there's R&B in Decatur. So it's like a little R&B festival. It's on Eventbrite. Go out there. There's tickets available for that. They're non-refundable though. So
really,
is this supposed to rain Saturday?
I don't know. I might have to check the weather.
Hopefully not. You might want to check the weather before you buy your ticket, because the tickets are non-refundable. So that's being hosted in Decatur, and it's called R&B in Decatur. And then on the 2nd of June, Escape, Tyrese and Trey Songz at State Farm. That's going to be good. Yeah, that's a good one. Then the day after, Monica and Tank are at Stockbridge Amphitheater.
What's the R&B summer?
Yeah, it's about to be up and popping. I love Escape. I've never seen Tyrese in concert, so why I can't find nobody to go with me?
Really? You asked all your friends already?
I done asked everybody. It was like, I don't know if I want to see Escape. I don't know if I want to see Escape again. So many people have seen Escape, but y'all, they bad. Like, come on, Escape. Who doesn't want to see Escape over?
Yeah.
I could see New Edition over and over again. I don't mind paying for those tickets. But hey, if anybody wants to go see Escape on June the 2nd with Tyrese and Dre songs, come on, let's go.
Send the tickets over.
Because I definitely want to go. And then Monica and Tank at Stockbridge Amphitheater, which their tickets are pretty good. That's a good little setup too. It's an outside venue. It's
I like
nice.
the outside ones.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. The drinks are usually good. They usually have food, usually Bojangles or one of those fast food places. Y'all don't want to eat there. Just take it. Oh, you can take your cooler in there. You can bring your own liquor, your own water, your own wine, your own food. Yeah. And if you go with Katana gonna pack up everything in her little thing. She don't leave the house without it.
Yeah,
she got snacks, and I'll be like, "What snacks you got?"
Yeah.
Katana go out with that little cooler, boy. She is taking her cooler in there. So those are just 3 things coming up to do at the end of May and at the beginning of June, the first week in June. I think that's going to be interesting. Hopefully I can go see Escape and Monica. I'm about to figure out who's going to go with me. Who's going? Hit me up. Call me. And then let's go into where anything goes. You guys know where anything goes, anything can happen. So let's talk. Florida man. Oh my God, K-Son. Guy in Florida. Why is Florida always
the
got?
craziest
I think
people
when we
in the
have
world.
Where anything goes, it's always one form of Florida in there.
It should be called the Florida segment.
Right. Oh my God. Because Florida guy kills his grandmother. I think she was 82 years old. Grandmother. 82 or 83 years old. Kills her. Calls a cleaning service to come help him clean up the crime scene, y'all.
He watched too much TV.
What in the hell was he thinking?
No, don't. He wanted to get caught.
Do you think so?
He didn't think it through at all.
At all. I mean, because he could have really said she died and he buried her.
Exactly. Or something. Or
She 80-some years old. Who would have known she was gone? I'm just saying. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying. But you call a cleaning service? The thing was, the cleaning lady came in there. Luckily, she was thinking fast and was like, oh, I got to get my cleaning supplies. Because she's seen all the blood and the body was still there.
Yeah, he should have took the body out at least.
So I think you should have called the FBI's cleaning unit.
Yeah.
They would have probably came and got it for you. Like, who was he thinking he was calling?
So he still didn't get it clean.
The Cleaners?
Yeah.
There was a show called The Cleaners, wasn't it?
I haven't seen it. If so, there was a show that I definitely seen where they would
called
come
The
and
Cleaners.
clean crime scenes like on some underground.
Oh my God! Do you know I wanted to be a crime scene investigator?
I used to like that. That was one of my favorite classes in high school too.
Really?
Like forensics.
Yeah, I always wanted to do forensics.
Yeah, it was cool.
Waiting list was like 3 years though. I was like, I'm trying to get in and get out. Who's gonna wait 3 years to get in? Oh my God! But I always wanted to be a crime scene investigator.
Yeah, because it's really putting your mind to work to really.
Oh my God! I'm trying to convince Saul to do it. Live in my shoes for a little.
That's funny.
I would live. I want him to.
Vicariously
I want to
through
live
you,
vicariously through him.
Through him, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
because it's like, oh my God, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm trying to give him different career paths because he's like, medical school is too long.
Yeah, he mentioned to me yesterday that you said that he should be a lawyer.
Yeah,
it's funny because
he likes to debate everything.
That's what I
everybody.
said to him too, and he was like, "Y'all must be talking about me behind my back." Yeah, that was the first thing
That's
I said
what he
to him.
said?
I was like,
Oh
"I
my
mean,
God.
you do love arguing your points."
He loves, and he always spits facts.
He does. Yeah, I think that'd be a great job.
I was
too
like,
for
that
him.
would be a great.
And it's less than medical school as far as the amount of years.
Yeah,
you
the
gotta
amount
do
of years. So he's looking at.
Yeah,
so
I think that'd be
him,
great for him too. I'm trying to
forensic
work at his
science.
law firm.
I told him law.
Yeah.
And I told him anesthesiology is another one, and I think pharmacy. And he was like, pharmacy is boring. So I was like, crime scene investigator is like thebomb.com.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, please do that.
Yeah, that's
I'll come
funny.
work as your secretary.
Yeah, no,
My
I think he should be
retirement
a
job.
lawyer though.
Yeah, I love it.
I
I think so. I can see him being a lawyer because he's always
And
debating
he loves
everything.
arguing race, so some racially profiled
Yeah, that's what he
stuff.
said he would go into too. Yeah, I think that's a great move.
Yeah, I
People
told him
know
I
medical
need a
school is a
job.
long time.
Make sure you hire me, Zah.
Medical school is a lot of hard work and dedication.
Yeah, especially if you're not super in love with trying to cut people open. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I remember when I was in school, Tanisha and Kim, my classmates, we had to do we had to take a neuroscience class it was a cadaver,
What's that?
A dead body.
Oh, okay.
So they had it all tagged, like each vein tagged. And we were in there pulling the thing. And I was like, oh my God, it smells so bad in
I
here.
can't do it.
And Kim was just in there. I was like, if
She
you
was
don't get
loving
away
it.
from me, she was just loving it, pulling the I was like, Kim, if you don't get away from me and this damn dead body, oh my
Yeah, I can't-
God,
I don't like
get on my
blood.
nerves. I don't like blood either. It's no blood because all the blood has been siphoned out, but it's just the formaldehyde smell, the just looking at somebody's body just cut open, halfway cut open, and the skin is off. Like, ugh, I
don't know.
just could. I was like, mm-mm. That's why a lot of people go into nursing school and then be like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot of work. It really is.
I mean, even the crime scenes would be dead bodies, so I don't know if I could stomach that either, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of blood too. That's what
Yeah.
Zawu was saying too. It's a lot of blood. That's a great. I mean, that has to be like a fulfilling,
Yeah,
job. Like very rewarding. You solve a crime,
yeah,
man. I would love that.
yeah. It's better than being a cop.
Well, most crime scene investigators are
Really?
detectives and stuff too.
Man, I don't know if I
Yeah, I
could do
was
it
like
then.
Zawu. He was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, I don't
you
know
don't
if I
want to
could
be
do
a
it
cop,
either
y'all.
then.
Hey, being a cop is not a bad thing. You're going to reserve your comment. I can see.
Yeah,
Okay.
comment
Okay,
reserved.
I'm
I
just-
plead the fifth.
Are you going to plead the fifth? Okay, so we'll move on from that.
Yeah.
What about this? Okay, so on Instagram, saw this guy that paid $50,000 to look like Nicki Minaj. Her body, y'all.
What? Was it successful?
I don't think so. And it's so fun.
What?
Wait a minute. I got to pull it up because the funny
That's her
thing
number
to
one
me,
fan.
it's got to be your number one fan. It's got you. I mean, I don't want to show the picture because I don't want any infringement rights.
Yeah,
But
but go Google it if y'all want to see it.
yeah, go Google it. He paid $50,000 to look like. Somebody said, "Lord, please cover my generation." Like the comments, sometimes
I love
do you ever
comments.
go into just
For
the comments,
yeah.
just for the comments?
Just for the
Sometimes
comments.
I just type in there, "I'm here for the comments."
Yeah.
Like because when I tell you.
What else they say in there?
Oh my God. It says, I'm not certain as to what's happening to our men of color. If they aren't choosing gun violence, they are sashaying around with beards and BBLs. I pray that the next generation has no desire to continue with this nonsense. Honestly, where are the fathers who's making these kids? This shit is sad.
Yeah.
And then it says, mental health is really important.
Yeah, true.
And it says, these comments, a woman said, these comments are ridiculous. If this was a female, y'all wouldn't be reacting like this. Of course not.
Yeah.
It's a man.
Yeah, that's what makes it crazy.
And I'm saying, hey, I'm not here to judge
Yeah, no
because I'm not
judgment.
judging anybody. I'm just reading the
But
comments
to
that I
specifically
see.
want to look like Nicki is just what makes it funny. It's
Yeah,
like-
you want to look like Nicki Minaj,
Yeah.
like her body. Nicki Minaj had work done too, though. Some of these the emojis and stuff.
So did he get his face and stuff done to look like
No,
her?
he
Like,
actually has a beard.
no.
Yeah, now that you said it, he has a beard. He's a good-looking guy, though, guys. He really is. It's so sad that you just are not. I won't post him, but I just
Yeah.
Google it. Y'all will see it. He's a great-looking guy. He does have her body. I think it was successful. It was worth it for you. It was worth it.
That's funny.
So, and then somebody put some stuff I just wish I can unsee off this internet.
Really though.
Oh my God. But the thing is, to me, is somebody put not worth 50,000.
Yeah, that's a lot. Of
And
money.
they say Nicki blocked him after this.
Oh, so she was following them though?
That's what they definitely.
they just talking.
Yeah, they just talking mess. Somebody said, "What the fuck am I looking at?" But these the emoji stuff
Oh,
that they put
yeah,
in there,
the-
boy,
yeah,
that'd
the
be
gifs,
funny as
yeah.
hell. That's what they call gifts.
Yeah, gifts.
Oh my God! When I tell you, somebody put, "I hate the internet."
The gifts and memes.
The
Yeah. The
memes,
gifts are
yeah.
the ones that move, like that are like a
Like
video
this
that
one.
play.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I just think, you know what, to each his own. If that made him feel better,
Exactly.
he has to live in that body. He has to
be
live
Nicki now.
being Nicki now. I mean, that's on him, but we need to respect people's, desires to be who they want to be.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of fake ass people out here. He ain't faking. He came out, went and got the surgery, and was like, "This is what I want to look like." What's wrong with that? I mean, it's the sad thing is that there's kids seeing this, and a lot of kids are confused. But before a certain age, I feel like you don't even know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
At least he's an adult doing this, and he's not a young kid under the age of 18, saying, I want to look like this, and you don't even know who you are. You've never experienced being with another gender. So how do you know what gender you want to be?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It takes some time to. I don't.
It takes
even
some time
think at
to
18
figure that
I
out.
knew who I was. I didn't know who
Yeah,
I
it
was till I
takes
was
time to
25
figure that
or
out.
26
Yeah,
or something like
26.
that.
Yeah. Well, they say the male brain develops later than the female brain, so that's
Yeah,
that's probably why too.
That's our excuse for cheating. It's like my brain
I was
wasn't developed.
immature, right? Exactly. But it's just to me, it's like, well, at least he's an adult doing it, and the thing that the scariest for me is children doing this and parents. Because you love your kids. I understand you love your kids. That's just like your kid coming out the closet and saying they're gay. You love your kids
you gotta
regardless.
love your kid no matter
it doesn't matter, but
none of that matters.
at least be out of age where you can make that decision. You're of age to make that decision.
Yeah, especially body transformation, and just because.
Once you do that, you can't go back.
Yeah.
You can't go back. They had a girl that it was one of the sororities, and she was transgender, and they were just like the internet was going. Did you see that?
I think I did.
The internet was going crazy talking about she just wants to be in there with a whole bunch of he's weird, all kinds of stuff, just all kinds of stuff. But at that age you're at an age where you know who you are and how you want to identify.
Exactly.
And it might be weird. I mean, I don't think.
No.
Because you're identify as a female, if you still have a penis and you're identifying as a female, I don't think you should be where females are. Because you're still a man at the end of the day. Now, if you've had the full body transformation and you are no longer female,
you should be able to be accepted.
You should be able to be accepted in women's bathrooms and the locker rooms and all girls school and athletic programs. The athletic programs, I'm not quite there yet because I feel like men, they still have testosterone, but as you're transitioning, transgender, and you're transitioning, you're getting estrogen to be female. So I think when your body gets to a certain point where you're more female than you are male, then I think that's okay to be able to participate in sports. I think that, but you have to be completely male or completely female and identify, with those sports or those bathrooms or whatever. I don't know. To me, that's my personal Ritch Auntie, opinion. Don't bash me for my opinion, but I really do think that if you're not completely female or completely male, then you should not be able to be if you're a man and you transgender, just because you dress like a female doesn't make you a female. Right? Is that the wrong way of thinking? Do you agree with that?
I don't know too much
Do
on
you
this
agree
topic.
or disagree? No.
I don't know too much on this topic. I think the world is trying to figure it out as it's going.
Because I think
it's such
so
a
too.
new it's very more prevalent now than it was back in the day.
Yeah.
So they'll figure it out in some years.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But like I said, when you're transitioning to be female, you're getting more estrogen. When you're transitioning to be male, you're testosterone. So I think when you completely transition, I think that yes, then that's acceptable. You're right. I would hate to be in the shoes of the decision makers that really have to look at each one of these cases to decide what should be and should not be.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but neither here nor there. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I'm neutral.
Yeah.
You should be able to be who you want to be,
Exactly.
exercise who you want to be.
Period.
You should definitely never be afraid to be your true, authentic self.
And that's the most important right there.
And even for me, as I, watch my own child, and I'm going to say that, it's like people should be able to be who they are. And there should never be embarrassment about it. I'm not embarrassed. I love, my kids, regardless. Whatever you choose, I'm choosing what you choose.
Exactly.
If that's what you choose, I'm here to, you know, to be accepting of that. I'm your mother. At the end of the day, I gave birth to you. So
Period.
if something is wrong with you, it's because I created you.
That's what.
I don't know, but you know, just be
And
your
who's
true.
to say you never even? We don't know what this Earth thing is. You know, don't get me into my conspiracies.
See, conspiracy
There's no
theory.
telling what any of this is.
Right.
So
Right.
none of
This
us
might
really
be,
know.
You know, it's so crazy because this just might be a trial.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, people say after this, there is an afterlife. Mm-hmm. We don't know. Sometimes I feel like I've already been here. Have you ever had that feeling?
For sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? There's a Netflix documentary called. I forgot what it's about. I mean, called, but it's about reincarnation, and it's like this
Really?
young little boy, young little white boy. He swore he was this black lady from like the 40s, and he was telling his parents about her, and just like what his life was, and then like he was scared of fire, and then the person that he was speaking on died in a fire. Like it's
Wow.
crazy. Like
Wow, I need to watch that.
Yeah.
We're going to find out
Let
what the
me see if I
name
can
is.
find
See
the
if you
name of
find
it.
the name to that. I definitely need to watch that because I really do believe that, you know, there's life after death. But the way you live this life really does determine whether you live in the afterlife.
yeah, it's called Surviving Death.
Oh, Surviving Death. Y'all check that out. It's about
Yeah.
reincarnation.
Reincarnation. It's a bunch of
Surviving
stories.
death.
It's
Wow.
probably like 4 or 5 stories about different
Different
children.
people.
Yeah, or
Oh.
different people who were trying to figure out who they were.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
That sounds very interesting. I definitely want to check that out. I'm going to watch that tonight, actually. Because
Yeah,
I want to
it's,
see that.
it's good.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, it's true. You just don't never in this life. You just got to be a good human.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Be a good human. Be good to people that are good to you. Be good to people that you don't even know. Mm-hmm. You know, be friendly. Be human. Be yourself. I don't know.
Be yourself.
Be yourself at the end of the day. That's all we can be. Don't change yourself for anybody. My Ritch Auntie followers, don't change yourself for anybody. Be your authentic self and be human and be good. That's all I have to say. We out of here. Thanks for following, and sharing. Are we back on Spotify yet?
After the name change and y'all decide what y'all
Oh, we
gonna
need
do.
to decide. Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to decide this week then.
Yeah,
I have to
whenever
get
y'all
with Trina
decide, yeah.
to decide. Okay, because we got to get back on Spotify. We're still on iHeartRadio, and we're still on.
We're not on any of those. It's all connected to the
Oh
same
my
platform.
God! So we're only on YouTube right
Yeah,
now.
so
I'm
you
sorry,
go
guys.
watch
I
on
messed up.
YouTube and make comments.
Yes, comment on YouTube. We have our phone number. Well, hopefully, we want to do a cocktails and conversation. So we're going to be doing that in the evening. And that evening, we're going to allow people to call in. We're going to post a number. We're going to be live on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So that people can comment. But we're going to have a cocktails and conversation. Hopefully some guys and some girls and people being able to call in and kind of just join the conversation with us. So we're excited to be doing that. That's to come. And we'll keep y'all posted. So until next week, y'all, I'm out. Thank you for following, sharing, and go to YouTube.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.